Hey guys, it's Phil from Aussie Garage, here with Dan. Now we're here with Martin today. We're going to check out his lovely cars that we've got behind us here, Torana and a 57 Chev. Let's do it.
Hey everyone, it's Dan from Aussie Garage here. Today I'm here with Martin and we're here to talk to him about his Torana and this beautiful Chevy. So Martin, we're going to start with the Torana. So how long have you had this one?
Well, I bought the Torana in 2017 from a tiny little town up in the north east wheat belt through Gumtree as a complete body already done, and found out that the body wasn't completely done.
Okay. Yeah, so someone had worked on it and thought that it was good to go, but it clearly wasn't.
In primer. The motor came with it, was just sitting inside the engine bay, not attached to a gearbox and not attached to an engine mount. So it was just sort of sitting in there on the sump. The gearbox was in the boot. It wasn't auto, and I swapped it out for a T5 Commodore manual, because the car was originally a manual. So it had all the pedals and everything there.
So is this a genuine anything, or is it just an LX?
An SL.
Oh, SL?
It's an SL, and it's just mocked up to look at the SLR.
Yeah, nice.
Hence no SLR badging on it, except for the ashtray.
Yeah, so it was under primer when you got it, engine just hanging in there. What was the interior like?
No interior at all.
Oh, nothing at all? No,
well, it had
even
seats, but they were like something you'd find in a chook shed.
So at least you had the frames and that there to
Frames,
build off.
all the hard stuff was there, yeah. The rest of it was just pretty rusty. 2 years of rust removal.
Yeah, okay.
Bit by bit after work, yeah.
So how long did the whole process take to get it up to this condition?
About 3 years.
Okay.
And about 4 weeks ago, it went through its VSS up in Kelmscott to be fully engineered for all the mods that I put in there. Because it was originally a 6-cylinder. It's a 308 V8 now.
And it went through all that process without any dramas?
No dramas at all.
Yeah, sweet. So what colour is this? Is this a Holden colour you went with, or is it just
This is its original colour. It's Absinth yellow. Yep. It's painted in LH striping, because I didn't want to put black on the bonnet.
Gotcha.
Which is the LX colour code, which it is an LX. And the interior was done as SS interior, because it wasn't an SLR. So the black,
golf ball inserts.
Yeah, golf ball, but black and black, not grey and black.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And it's air conditioned for a WA.
Yeah. Well, that's a big bonus over here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Beautiful to drive, and beautiful to drive any day. Even like today, it's going to be pretty warm. We'll probably go for a cruise in it ourselves. Yeah.
Yep. No, awesome, mate. Awesome. So, what was the chrome work and that sort of like?
Bought new bumpers. The rest of it was pretty well right. As you can see, not much chrome other than the bumpers.
Yep.
The wheels I got from Sydney, the original Torana stub pattern dragways.
Yeah, nice.
And 9.5s on the back and 8s on the front. So
yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, good stance.
Right, so being a non-genuine, you would have had to source the body kit.
Was very lucky that the body kit, there was a guy selling one in Perth, full flair kit, and I went and bought that off him. He didn't use them, so they're all virgin flare kits.
So yeah, you got pretty lucky with that. You didn't have to go chasing them too hard?
No, the only thing I did chase was the rear scoop, because there's two types. There's one that you rivet right in, and then there's one that's got hidden internals, and that's hidden internals. So that was the only thing harder to find.
Bonnet scoop and everything, was that with the flares and the front spoiler?
All came on. Yeah, bonnet scoop, believe it or not, is not actually screwed on. It's just glued on, including the stainless steel bolt. Cut them all off. Yep. And just glued them in, because I didn't want to drill a hole in the bonnet.
Yeah, nice. Oh well, I think we better see what's under the bonnet.
Okay. So very stock 308. Obviously going through VSS, I didn't want it too wild, but fully rewired at the front to a late model fuse box and everything, and all the relays are underneath here.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
Because it draws so much for the thermal fans, the air conditioning, sound system, MSD. So the other wires were getting pretty warm and cooking. So.
Yeah, these old cars weren't wired for that kind of current, were they? Back in the
not
day?
beating, no.
Yeah.
No. So the Brown's radiator from local guy up here in Kenwick.
So I noticed you got the VN covers on there.
It is VN heads.
It is VN heads.
Bolted
yeah, okay.
straight onto a 308
Yep.
HQ block. I had nothing to do with the motor, in as much as that that's what it was, apart from the yellow paint, that's what was sitting in there, and it had never been started since the guy had bought the motor. Valley cover was all virgin and all that, so you had to drill all your holes and all that kind of stuff. When I first started, I had no oil pressure, so I just kept winding it over, got oil pressure, and then it just started, and that's exactly how it is now.
Yeah, okay.
So we put a T5 Commodore 5-speed behind it, and
Beautiful.
I had a opportunity for a Ford 9-inch, so I put a Ford 9-inch in it. Probably in hindsight, yeah, it's overbuilt,
A little heavy for it.
bit heavy for it, yeah. But
Well, if you ever wanted to upgrade up here, then you're ready to go.
it's
aren't you?
ready to go down there, yeah. Very happy with it. Tough drivetrain, doesn't hesitate at all.
Yeah. And what ratios have you got in the diff?
I originally had 315s, and I thought it was a bit long on the gear. Put 355s in it. Probably not as good on the highway, but
Yeah.
by geez, it's a lot
Gets
of
off the
fun.
mark. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a lot
that's
of
it.
fun.
Yeah, it gets you off the mark pretty good, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
MSD ignition.
Yep.
All new brakes.
So what sort of air conditioning system did you put?
As being VN heads, you got your own mount system down low.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay.
So this is a low alternator mount for the driver's side, and I've spun it around and put it on the passenger side, and just used continuous thread there and just spaced it out.
Yep.
And it's a 130 amp Hilux alternator.
And you know what? When I'm standing sort of here, I don't even see the air conditioning
No.
compressor at all. You actually had to show me, so it's
Yeah.
nice and hidden down there, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. And this is a Commodore for the heater. So it's a wet heater inside.
Yep.
Done from Cool Ride in Queensland. He's Jeremy over there, really helpful.
Yep.
And a good friend of mine who builds hot rods, Steve Hurland, he did all of the plumbing.
Let's go and have a look in the interior and
Okay.
see what you've done in there.
Righto. So the interior is done like an SLR, but instead of the grey golf ball, I've had the upholsterer put black,
Yeah.
because it's not being a true SLR. I'd certainly wanted the difference there for my own touch, so it's black basket weave or golf ball on black vinyl, long
Yeah.
grain. Yeah.
And personally, I'd probably prefer it black on black with
Yeah.
this kind of pattern. Hood lining's obviously been done, everything. So you
New
went through
hood
the whole
lining,
thing.
everything, yeah.
Yeah.
The gearbox being out of a Commodore, the housing at the back's long, and the gear stick actually came up here. So it's actually got a full remote system remoting forward. So it comes up exactly where
Where it used to.
it should do.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I like the B&M shifter, so he got a B&M auto shifter on the manual.
I'd love to rip your console out and have a look at that, but
Yeah.
did you have to do much work in the gauges? Everything worked up there? Did you have to have everything restored, or?
Yeah, the gauges. So I took in an SL gauge cluster to Speedworks up in Marangaroo, and they electronically replaced everything, new lenses, new tacho, new speedo, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, nice.
And the quad gauge to make it look like exactly like an SLR.
The steering wheel there, is that a?
That's genuine steering wheel.
Yeah, nice.
5mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty hard to find now. So.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of repros out there, so I didn't want to say whether it was an original or not.
Nah,
but,
she's original digital, that one.
Yeah, no, awesome.
But all the new door trims and all the rest of it, all done over in Sydney. Very good, very happy with them.
Yeah, no, it looks very neat and tidy, mate. He's done a great job. And you said you had a local mate help you install all of this?
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Russell Lawrence, he spent a lot of time helping me with all of the covers and the carpets and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm reasonably handy, but nowhere near his capability.
Fair enough,
It's very handy to have him as a mate.
Yeah. Did you have to do new foams and that sort of thing in the seats, or were they okay?
He did the foam over cover, but the actual
Yeah.
foams itself were all right.
Let's roll around to the back and see what's going on there.
All right. So in the boot, you've got your hidden rear bobtail. So all the screw holes, in fact, been made to look like the original press holes, so that anything in the boot doesn't hit the quarter panels, because they never had any covering there. I made these panels up here, so I've got power in Trusty bottle opener.
I was going to say, yeah, that's a handy thing to have when you're down the river having a picnic.
It is.
Yeah.
You can put the little ingles in there and it just keeps things nice and cool.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then you've got all your jack and all that kind of stuff. Not that you hope you ever have to use it.
Yeah.
But that's all sort of away, not moving around. And all soundproof matting all the way through.
So you've even got the original louver on the back window?
Yeah.
Well, were they ever original? I don't think they were they? They were just always in...
Unga makes them. But I bought them in South Australia. I actually bought 2 sets. A guy was clearing out his shed and I bought both sets, and I had a mate in South Australia who runs an air conditioning company freight them over for me. And they were in excellent order. So I sold 1 set and kept 1 for this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so we've also got the Chevy to go and look at, so let's go and check that one out.
My word, let's do that.
No worries. And don't forget, guys, jump onto the website and check out our merch. We've got hats, we've got t-shirts, we've got a couple of new designs out at the moment, so go check it out. All right, mate, so this is the second car in your collection, and this is beautiful. It's 57 Chevy. So how long have you had this one?
Bought this in 2008 and stored it until last year, and then finally got onto it. About 14 months ago I started. So, and I had a HSV Clubsport, which was front end damage, so that's its donor car. So everything inside it, drivetrain and all the rest of it are all HSV clubby. Then you can buy just about everything to put an LS1 into a Chevy now, the different sumps and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah, I assume it's probably a popular upgrade in the States now, isn't it?
I think it's pretty well much a popular upgrade for nearly anything at the moment.
Yeah.
They're light and they do good power for what they get. And
Yeah.
they're cheap. They're cheap enough to find. Yeah.
Well, they're getting more expensive as
Yes,
time
they
goes
are.
on, though. But yeah, so get in quick, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So, what condition was this in when you got it?
Okay, so this was just a shell. No panels, no bonnet, no doors, no boot. But there was a set supplied, and they came from Mexico from a different car. So it did require a fair bit of persuasion to make them fit exactly how I liked them. And on one door, I have actually added nearly 8mm of bead down the side.
Oh wow! To get
the gap right.
Okay,
So,
was that big a difference, was there? So
just on one door.
okay, so were they still genuine Chev doors though?
Yeah, genuine Chev. And they're pillars, so pillar doors. So
Okay. Yeah,
So,
all right.
but I bought a whole new set of doors, 1956 doors from the States, because I needed the glass and all the internals, because I had no internals. So I did that, and I've just finished putting them in. It's still in build, so there's still a bit to go on it. The interior, it's got a new set of wheels, and the suspension is going to get a bit of a lift as well.
You're still well and truly in the build then on this one.
True.
And what colour's the red?
Well, this is a Porsche 84A red. That's the colour. And a colleague of mine in Sydney actually put me onto it. He said, if you want the deepest, best red you can find, this is probably it. And true to his form, it has a beautiful paint to paint.
So you've painted this one yourself?
Yeah,
then?
yeah. I had it. I'm not a professional, but I thought I'd give it a go. I made a few little errors along the way, but overall, I'm very happy with the outcome.
Yeah, no, you should be. It looks great.
Yeah. So finish a few blemishes I've still got to fix, but most of it's cut and polishing.
Yeah.
That's left now.
Yeah, fair enough. And what sort of condition was the chrome work in when you picked her up?
Oh, chrome was pretty aged, so all of the chrome you see is new. All the stainless steel is original, but the actual chrome, where they got a chrome over steel, most of that was patinaed, I would call it.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I still have it, but I'll probably move that on to someone who's doing a patina.
So you bought
style.
new rather than have those replated, did you?
Well, at the time, the Aussie dollar was the same as the US dollar when I bought, so it was just as easy to
no-brainer.
buy it all. So I just bought everything that I needed in chrome in the one hit.
Yep.
And I imported another car for a friend of mine and had put it all in the back. So
Beautiful. It's the way to do it when you can, when the dollar's good, hey?
hey, when the dollar's up, take advantage.
Yeah,
it's not been there that often.
No, well, not lately anyway.
No, mine's a Resto mod. A true purist will hate me, but that's what I wanted. It was left-hand drive, and I've converted it to right-hand drive.
Yep.
Retro rack, power rack and pinion steering from South Australia, absolutely perfect. And every conceivable nut and bolt came off. Motors, body and that split apart, chassis done separately, and all put back together again. So
Yeah, nice.
Has to go on the hoist every now and then just to check to see if there's a few loose bolts.
Yeah,
maybe
oh, you've always got to do that, though, don't you? Yeah. All right, well, let's crack the bonnet and let's have a look what's going on under there, eh? Yeah, nice.
So LS1 had to get I bought the Marks up kit so that the air conditioner and the alternator were pulled up from underneath because they don't fit downstairs. So that's the only mod. And I haven't done the alley work. There's a nice alley cover goes on there, and I'm using the cold air index off the fenders, which is standard in the 57 Chev.
Oh, nice.
It usually supplies fresh air to the cab, but I'm not using that because I've got full air conditioning in there.
And the air scooped in around the headlight?
Yeah. My design plan will be to use the cold air coming out of the fenders ducted into a fabricated air box, so it covers all of the core packs, and I'll have Chevrolet laser cut into that with the red backing.
Yeah, beautiful.
I love the design part of it. So even all this, even though the B-Cool radiator came from the States, all of the bracketry and pre-welded all into all the panels and all the rest of it. So when it all bolted on, it was all perfect fit, not rubbing on anything. And I had all of the bolts, and this has all been electroplated, so it matches the grille.
Yep.
And all of the clipping bolts, everything like that is either stainless or electroplated. Firewall's been modified as well to step back, and all my wiring is all hidden going through the firewall into the computers in the left-hand footwell.
The extractors, are they just something that were off the shelf?
Well, you can actually buy Eckler's conversion kit, and with that kit comes the headers, the sump, the new dipstick, the pickup for the oil pressure gauge and all that kind of stuff. And you just unbolt your LS1 stuff and bolt this one on. The headers on the left side, perfect fit, and I think they've probably been built for a left-hand drive. The right-hand drive, 3 of the 4 pipes had to be heavily modified to allow the steering to go. Yeah. Big brakes on the front, EL brakes on the back with a Ford 9-inch.
Yeah.
So,
and what's the gearbox behind this? Just the 4-speed?
Yeah, the 460 LE. Yep. Yeah, and it just shifts beautifully. You can get a bang shift now that replicates the shift pattern onto the dash as well.
Oh, nice.
So
yep.
it all matches, yeah.
I know you're still working on the interior, but let's go and have a squiz in there.
It's partly done,
yeah.
yes.
That's it.
So the interior on this, the seats and the door trims, all Ciadella, and the roof lining and the sun visors, but the dash is full custom.
Yep, I can tell that. Yeah.
So
you got the Commodore instrument cluster and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So how much of this is the original dash and how much of it is...
So this bit here is Commodore, the hump.
Yep.
And that's plastic, but all the rest is steeled out, and all this is steeled out. I made the custom mini console.
Yep.
And had it T-Rex coated. So all this stuff here is polished stainless steel bar, cup holders, of course, because it doesn't come with cup holders.
No, these old girls never did they?
No,
yeah.
no, and a bank shift in there. Obviously, I like the D&M looks. I've got it on the handbrake and on the goose lid.
And then a nice old bench seat to slide around on while you're hooking through the corners.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest cornering would be its greatest attribute.
Yeah.
It's still a bit floaty, so hence a suspension upgrade coming.
Yeah. No, and I can see you've got a few things to finish off, kick panels, door trims and that sort of thing, but yeah, it'll be good to see it all together.
Oh, well, another 2 months, I reckon.
Yeah, nice.
2 months tops.
Yeah.
And then it should be done.
Oh,
I'll be cruising down the street.
Well, let's go and check out what's going on in the rear end, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So as you can see, we've got the battery box in the boot. Everything's run in through that, and it's double grounded to make sure that the computers don't get a wrong signal, because they require really good grounding.
Okay.
According to my auto electrician, who said make sure it's grounded well. Twin aerials, electrics. Only one of them's actually hooked up. Obviously, the other one's just for show. But I just wanted twin electric aerials. The boot's been smoothed out so the number plate stays in the bumper area, and the bumper is off a Nomad.
Okay.
The middle section, which a lot of people do apparently. So.
Yeah. Did you have to do the pans in here at all or anything?
No, I was very lucky. No rust at all in the car itself.
Yeah, wow, that's good.
A bit in the doors and a bit on the fenders. I bought, pieces for the fenders, the weld ends.
Yep.
And had to do those. But the actual shell of the car, there was not 1 ounce of rust in it.
Yeah, you got the dual exhaust.
Yeah, that is a MagnaFlow 3-inch all the way through.
Yeah.
Very happy with that. Okay, so the most satisfying thing I did in the build of this car was to put the side flashes on, because they changed the entire look of the car. The love of this car is the fins and the chrome and the side flash, and it was beautiful taking it out of the wrapper because it's brand new. Already had all the badges on there, and putting it on, it just went on perfectly. It was just lovely. This is the other little thing I love about a two-door is the way they come down and fold down.
Yeah, cool.
And you have the whole
that pillarless window, yeah.
Side of the car open. It's just fantastic.
Built for cruising, really, isn't it?
Built for cruising, yeah. You can have people in the back with their arm out the window, and you can have yours out there.
Yeah, awesome.
Just love it.
All right, mate. Now, I know this one's unregoed, but it's that time of the day where we like to go for a cruise.
Absolutely.
But I know the Torana's got rego on it.
Let's take it for a spin.
That sounds awesome. Let's do it.
Okay.
Sounds like you get out in this thing quite a bit.
Yeah, we're out probably 3 times a week in it, and mainly down Fremantle. My wife's a Freo girl, so we go down for, we've got a favourite coffee shop down there, the Wild Cafe.
Yeah. Do a couple of laps first, do you?
Do a bog lap or two, and then go and get coffee and something nice, and then we go and sit on the South Mole. And,
Yeah, perfect.
yeah, it's just great. Watch the boats.
Way before these reverse cowls came about, didn't they? It's almost exactly the same setup, isn't it?
It's identical, yeah. It's they set the trend, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, Martin, well, look, thanks heaps for having us out here today and showing us your cars, mate. It's been a pleasure to come and have a look at your 2 beasts here.
Well, thank you so much, and I can tell you it's been an enjoyable experience for me. A couple of professionals. Guys, check it out on the YouTube, Aussie Garage. Worth looking at.
Did you just call us professionals?
I did, I think.
I'm going to laugh at that. Anyway, mate, thanks heaps for having it. Really appreciate it.
No worries. And I look forward to seeing my cars on Aussie Garage
Yeah,
too.
awesome. And guys out there, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Really helps the channel out, really helps us go forwards and bring you more of this kind of content. So thanks everyone. We'll see you next time. And don't forget to check out our website for our merch, t-shirts, hats, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, jump on and have a look.